Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. You already know what time it is, man. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to anybody at LDBC. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be on long because y'all know the event done started, but you know the main event don't start until about maybe 9. And I know, there's going to be a lot of our brothers calling the fight, KQKC. And Tay Jones will be calling the fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got options. You know what I mean? We got options because I know an option that I'm not too fond of is listening to what they're saying on that TV screen. You know what I mean? Yeah, bam, left hand. I'm like, what left? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? But it should be a nice, exciting fight. You know what I mean? And ladies and gentlemen, I have a guest. But wait, before I get to the guest, let me see who's in the building. Son of Tank, Jimmy Bernard, Jafar Cesar, Mark Wonderlick, Mr. Mechanical, salute. Robert Singleton, my brother JC, salute. Qual Leonard, man, where you been, bro? The Joy of Boxing, salute. Andrew Gray, Johnny Q, Chilltown Majors, Acondo, what up? JB, what up? Steve Elder, Mac, PGH Big Dog, Robert Singleton, Phenomenal Mexican, salute, man. What else we got here? Gregory X, Marcus Fontaine, salute, man. So, our good brother Freddie Pendleton is back, man. What's good, Freddie? How are you? Where you at, Freddie? Freddie, can you hear me? Freddie! I think his phone died. Well, anyway. Freddie, let me know when you're back on. Well, Freddie Pendleton is back, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Am I doing something wrong here? Let me see. Freddie, can you hear me? Hold up. Freddie, you can hear me? All right, hold on. Freddie, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie, how you doing, brother?
I'm straight. I'm wondering how your fans doing.
Man, everybody's blessed, man. Bring everyone up to speed right quick of what happened with you.
Oh yeah, this round was working too hard and dealing with a lot of other crazy shit when I had a stroke. You know, I'm healing up pretty good every day. They say everything's going pretty fast. I'm back on my feet. They say, you know, with the majority of people who've had a stroke don't be back on their feet as quick as I am. But I don't attribute any of that to anything but God. So I'm blessed.
Excellent, man. You know, that's rough to get through. But the fact that you have a fighter's mentality on top of that, you was an actual fighter, you know, all you knew was just to bounce back and get back in the groove of things and tackle life like you've been doing.
See, they had the people at the rehab was telling me, stop working. What are you pushing yourself so hard for? I'm like, what? So you don't work so hard. Every time I come over here, you're sweating. What are you doing? You don't have to work that hard. You're going to hurt yourself. I said, I don't know how to do anything else. The only thing I know how to do is work hard.
Yeah, man. I think that's something that got you through it, man. So, you know, I know a lot of people I know a lot of people that they just don't recoup from a stroke, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you're well. You know,
Appreciate it.
I heard what happened through man, who told God, I can't think of his name right
Anthony?
now. Huh?
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. And Anthony heard from oh shit.
Me.
Who?
Me.
Yeah, you told him, and then someone else told Anthony too. So I was like, let me give the brother a minute to get well, and we'll speak eventually, man. Everyone in the chat is
I was good, man. I was going crazy in the hospital, man. I was like, shit, y'all gotta get me out of this motherfucker. I'm seeing shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing things and shit. Fucking ex-wife, all that bullshit. I'm like, nigga, get me the fuck up out of here. No, I don't want to see her.
Oh, man, I know, bro. I know.
I told him over, get me up out of here. And the doctor kept talking about next week. I said, look, man, I'm going to tell you keep me in here another week, I'm walking the fuck out. I was fine.
Well, Freddie, you know, we're glad you're fine. Everybody in the chat is sending you blessings, man. And
appreciate it.
And, you know, we're just glad that you're here, man. And we
so
don't know what...
they lucky that, you know what I'm saying, I ain't still fighting because I be calling out their boy Floyd and they be hating on him.
Yeah, well, you know, God has other plans, you know what I mean? We never know what it is. We never know what it is. We can't never figure it out, man, but he has
but
plans.
it won't be back in the ring no more because after this, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do something like that. So
well, there's other ways you can contribute to the sport of boxing. And you know, we're gonna talk behind the scenes. And I
mean, I can challenge Floyd to a sword fight. You know what I'm saying? That might work.
See what happens, man.
Yeah.
But listen, let's talk some boxing, man. You gotta, because you know, like I said, we're not gonna be on long because the event's gonna get started. Well, it's already started. You know, if y'all didn't know, for y'all those of you in the chat, Charles Martin scored I think a 4th round knockout.
Wow.
So he's back on the grind after losing to the fella that's fighting tonight. That's King Kong Ortiz and Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, y'all know I like Andy. I like his story. He was one fight away from just saying, you know, fuck this. I'm just gonna, you know, go on and work a regular job or whatever. And y'all know he got the phone call to fight Anthony Joshua in New York a couple of years ago. And he said, you know, sure, why not? You know, so Andy went to New York and, you know, bullshit aside, I already spoke to you about the stuff behind the scenes. He went in there and beat the shit out of AJ. And everyone was shocked, and it was like one of the biggest upsets. They put him beating AJ on a level of how Buster Douglas beat Mike. But the difference is Mike was a worldwide star, AJ was not. But let's not go there. But it was a big upset. It's right up there. And with Andy, that rematch, he got a lot of fame, and it came at him fast. Got a lot of money. He got a lot of, I think his Instagram, his social media grew. And he got a lot of money at one time, and he took care of his family and things of that nature. And the trade-off was that Andy has he struggles with food. Just to be honest, he struggles with food. The young man likes to eat, man. He likes to eat, and fortunately, he's talented. He's very talented. He's a true Mexican warrior. He has a great chin. He's going to need it tonight. He has a great chin. And very good deceptive hand speed, man. He's very fast. He has pretty good head movement, but not to the point where he can't be touched. When he came into the Anthony Joshua rematch, he came in at over 300 pounds, and that was just, you can't do that at that level. You can't do that. And it was the perfect time. If he had came in shape, he'd have beat AJ's ass, but he couldn't close the distance. AJ won that fight off of a jab because Andy wasn't physically prepared, and he couldn't close the distance to fight, to do what he needed to do. And in my opinion, there needs to be a rubber match. I think Andy beats AJ in a rubber match, in particularly now, because AJ's not who they sold us. AJ's not what they sold us.
He never was. I told everybody he wasn't. AJ was he was a good fighter, but he wasn't no big time fighter like Don King was pushing. Talking about he the next Ali. Man, please, he couldn't hold Ali's boots. Please,
man, listen. They tried to tell, man, I ain't even gonna get into it with what they tried to sell us with AJ, man, but AJ was not it. They tried to tell, I read a tweet, an old tweet that someone posted in the group chat. They said, I think it was Frank Warren. They said he has a jab like Larry Holmes. He's light on his feet like Ali. And they said something. They compared him to three of the greats. Three of the greats. And I'm like, this ain't it, man. This guy, to even call him Frank Bruno is an insult to Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno would have fucked Anthony Joshua up. You know, and
yeah, Frank Bruno was a monster.
And this guy, Andy, there needs to be a rubber match, but Andy has some work to do tonight. And this is why I'm glad you're on the phone, Freddie, because one thing that I never realized until I saw a recent interview was Andy said he never fought a southpaw before. Now, here's the thing. He's fighting a southpaw for the first time in his career. That's number one. Number two, he had a very long layoff. And this ain't it, man. This is not the guy you want to fight a southpaw. He should have fought if there was a smaller southpaw, and I don't know what his camp looked like, but this is actual combat right now.
What's the money? What's the price on it?
Oh, man, I don't know, but these guys are going to see a couple of million tonight. And rightfully so, because both of these guys are killers. They are. But what would you say? What is your thoughts behind what I just said? Andy's fighting a southpaw. He's fighting King Kong Ortiz. All right, and this is after a lengthy layoff, and he's coming back fighting a southpaw who's also a boxer puncher, 6'5", and I don't know the reach. But this is nothing to fuck with right here. I wouldn't have did this. What are your thoughts on that, Freddie?
Well, my thought is this. I mean, if it was me, I'd have jumped on it too. Because I guarantee you, they offered him a lot of money. And that's all it's about. It's about getting that cash, breaking in that money. And if it's millions of dollars, who's going to turn down, $5, $10 million? Nobody. You're going to take that money.
True.
You know, it might even be more than that. You never know. They ain't saying no price to keep that in the rap.
Well, if Andy wins this, he's right back in the picture. He's right back in the picture. But I have my concern is what happens if he loses? Because this is not the fight. I mean, you're fighting a southpaw for the first time, and it's King Kong Ortiz. They're hoping and probably anticipating that because I'm reading my brother OTB Boxing. What up? They're hoping that Ortiz ages because he looked subpar against Prince Charles Martin in his last fight. But you guys gotta understand, Charles Martin is not a small guy. He fought a little while ago. He's not a small guy. Charles Martin is 6'4", 6'5" himself. He's very good hand speed. He's better now than when he fought Anthony Joshua. And that was just a good matchup, man. And Andy Ruiz is not Charles Martin, man. He's not light on his feet. He has good head movement, but he can get touched. And Ortiz can outbox, in my opinion. He can outbox Ruiz because Ortiz could be light on his feet too. And he also could pop. And he could fight on the inside. So I need help from the chat, man. Does anybody have, it's okay if you have, there's no wrong answer. I'm just picking Ortiz to win. Does anybody pick Andy to win this fight? And if so, please let me know how. Because I don't know, man. And I like Andy, and y'all know I like Big Unk, King Kong Ortiz. And this is a really good matchup. This is what heavyweight fighting is supposed to be. But I don't see, and I could be wrong, but I don't see how Ruiz wins this fight, man. If anybody in the chat can change my mind, please feel free to let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see it. And when he said, "Yeah, this is my first time fighting a southpaw," I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" If I had bet and I sealed in the bet, let's say I took a $100 bill and I bet on Andy Ruiz, and then I heard that, I'd be so mad. Like, wait a minute, God damn it, this is not the guy you want to fight for the first time. You fighting a southpaw. Come on, this ain't good.
Yeah, buddy.
That's my text.
He got good power.
Oh man.
If he got power, it's over. Ruiz gets
King
hit.
Kong Ortiz. There's a reason why we call him King Kong, man. That guy. Y'all know Deontay Wilder's our guy, man. But man, he had in that first fight, man. Well, let's talk about that for a second. The first fight. First of all, let's keep it all the way a buck right now. And I see y'all coming in the chat. Timothy, what up, bro? I see you. Tay Jones in the building. Black Undertaker, I see y'all. Picasso, Keith Johnson, salute. Diana, salute. Who else? Let me see. Silvestri, salute. Oh, Tay also said he also a southpaw. Rarely see southpaw. Man, bro, listen. Let's keep it a buck, all right? We all know the story with Deontay. Ooh, Tony Jai said he got 100 on Ortiz. Hey, man, I'm with you on that. When Deontay fought Ortiz was not Deontay's responsibility. We all know the story. And he did it. And in that first fight, I stood up the whole time. And when Deontay, I think he dropped Ortiz once. Ortiz came back and rocked him coming in. And D was like, I thought he was out on his feet. And I thought they were going to stop the fight. I was like, oh, fuck. But he got out that round. You know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to do. He clinched. And Ortiz was fighting, man. He was fighting. And D came back, and that power got him through that fight. And he stopped Ortiz. Now, you know, I was like, whew, okay, he got out of that. Here's where I got worried. He agreed to fight him again. And the whole boxing world was like, what are you doing? He didn't have to. But Deontay's Deontay. And even Evander Holyfield was like, why is he doing that? He don't have to. Why is he doing that? And I said, oh, shit. But whatever. So I'm watching the fight, and we all saw the fight. Ortiz was Ortiz. He was on all cylinders. He was fighting the perfect fight. He was outboxing D in a lot of spots. In fact, I had him up on the cards until that right hand landed. And Ortiz couldn't get up. He couldn't beat the count. And I was like, whew, once again, whew, God. Because I had D down on the cards. I was like, shit, it's not. I was like, fuck. Damn. But, yo, outside of Deontay, I don't know who could beat Ortiz. Now, he fought Charles Martin. And Charles Martin was not intimidating. He came out boxing. He dropped Ortiz in the first round. And then I thought there was something wrong with Ortiz's legs. And I said, damn, that's that 40-year-old shit kicking in. Here we go. Here we go. I came from the gym today. I jogged a mile. I jumped rope for 5 rounds. And I felt good. Walked out to the car. Parked the car in front of the crib. Got out the car. My knee was hurting. I was like, God damn. I said, what the fuck? That doesn't happen to me 10 years ago. 20 years ago. It don't happen. But, you know, it's age. For all the times undefeated. So what I'm saying is Ortiz is that guy. He was legitimate. If you want to apply duct to anybody in our era of boxing today, you apply it to Ortiz. If it wasn't for Deontay, Ortiz would be Guillermo Rigondeaux. How's that, y'all? If Deontay wasn't around, Ortiz would be Guillermo Rigondeaux because nobody would have fought him. Nobody. Ortiz beats Kornacki. He beats Areola. He competes and possibly beats Tyson Fury. He just beats the shit out of AJ. He knocks AJ out. How we could definitely say that with our chest poked out now is because we saw with a southpaw cruiserweight. No disrespect, but he was a cruiserweight, as they put it. A cruiserweight beat the shit out of AJ and almost stopped him in the first fight. So, of course, Ortiz, there's a reason why Matchroom and Eddie Hearn didn't make the AJ versus Ortiz fight. There's a reason. Now we can say that. He won a close one against Charles Martin until his left hand landed, and he hit Charles Martin so hard, nobody can even tell me what the fuck Charles was looking at. He punched him, and he was looking into the third row somewhere. He was like, what is he looking at? Freddie, he hit him so hard It's like he just disconnected. He punched him, and he went looking in another direction and stood there for a second. Was like, huh? Like how your mama call you?
Yeah.
You doing one thing
like that one time.
You doing one thing, and then Freddie, and then you turn and look at your mom. What? It was one of those. I was like, what is he looking at? And he stopped him. I said, oh shit. So Ortiz got that one-hitter quitter too. Now, he's bigger than Ruiz. I think he's stronger than Ruiz. I think with the age, he's still in better shape than Ruiz. Although Ruiz is in shape, he's still got the dad body, but he's in shape. But never mind the physical, the appearance. Andy can go 12 rounds. He did it at 300 pounds. But I don't think he has the talent. And when I say talent, I mean natural talent to compete with what's in front of him tonight. Now, again, this is boxing, y'all. I could be wrong. For all I know, round 1 or 2, Ruiz could land one, and it'll be over with. We don't know until a couple of hours from now. But if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna go with Ortiz, and I think Ortiz is gonna stop Andy. And I like Andy, y'all. I like Andy. I just don't know how he wins this, man. But Freddie, I want to know if you was managing a fighter and he never fought a southpaw, and there's an opportunity to fight a top tier guy, and he's a southpaw, do you make that fight?
Me, I mean, like I said, I normally no. Mm-hmm. But when they throwing a lot of money at you, you got to sit down with the fighter and discuss it. Because for me, I say hell no. But if you talking about $4 or $5 million, how you gonna say that? You got to go to the fighter and say, do you want this fight or don't you? This is what they offer, and he got to make the decision in the end.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I don't know what the purses are. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Andy's, I was watching some Tay's live because he did the betting odds. Ruiz is the favorite. Now, this fight is in Vegas. Mm. Now, we all know about Vegas. Vegas is fucked up. So unless they know something that we don't know, like somebody about to get poisoned, it's Vegas, y'all. Unless they know something I don't know, we don't know. Because I don't see what, bro. If Ortiz wobbles out of the damn in the first round, if he looks like it's round 11 and he's sweating, he look like he gotta take a shit, y'all know what time it is. But I don't know how Ruiz is the betting favorite. I don't know how.
They got him up as the betting favorite.
Yeah, they got Ruiz up as the betting favorite. The guy who's fighting the South, the bigger, stronger. Listen, no disrespect to Andy. I like Andy, but damn, man. Oh no, it's in the crypto. Okay, it's in the crypto. My bad. It's in LA. They fighting in LA. They fighting in LA, y'all. Good. Woo! No Vegas. Thank God. Thank God.
If you talking about as far as being ripped off,
yeah,
California's worse.
Wow. Yeah, and Andy's Mexican. Well, he's American, but Mexican-American. Mm-hmm. So you know it's going to be a pro-Andy crowd. Tay Jones says, don't forget, Andy also ducked last year too, because this was supposed to happen in 2021 after Ruiz Sr. said they'd fight him. Yes. They were supposed to fight before. Andy ducked him. So why now? Bro. Stormy in the building. Salute.
Yeah, forgive my tardiness, man.
That's all right, bro. I know you was live. I know you was cooking. I was there. I know you was cooking. I know you was cooking.
Man,
I know. I know it's not Vegas.
Huh?
No, I'm responding to the chat. Yeah, I thought it was in Vegas. It's in LA. But Freddie says LA's worse. To get robbed in? Sheesh.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's where he stole my belt. I knocked Rafael Relis down 4 times and they gave him my belt. And then when I protested it, they said no.
Oh, man, we got Freddie in the building tonight. What's up, Freddie?
They wouldn't allow me to go to court with the fight against the decision. They said no, turn down flat out.
Yeah, Freddie, we brought Freddie back. I mean, yeah, Stormy, we got Freddie back.
Salute, Freddie. How you doing, brother? Good to see you back, man.
I'm good. Same here, man. I'm glad to be back, man.
Yes, sir.
Especially after that ordeal, but believe me, I'm blessed. So I'm glad to be here.
Our brother 88 Sports Talk says Ruiz is a negative 400, Ortiz positive plus 275. Yo, that's a big gap, man. That's a big gap. What the fuck do they know? I don't know about this one, man. We know what we're looking at, but for these odds to look like this, do you bet 100 on Ortiz and 200 on Ruiz just in case? No, that don't make no goddamn sense. Ace Datus, man, good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're all right. Diana, salute. Opera LD, salute. Stormy, I know you was cooking earlier, but what you got on this?
Well, looking at those odds, you gotta say something is kind of strange, right? I think Tay Jones is the one to talk about that, man, because just on the up and up, Andy ain't never fought no southpaws before King Kong. This should be a smash for him.
Yeah. So why the odds look like that?
Maybe Ortiz has an injury we don't know about or something, because sometimes I don't know, man.
I don't like that, man. I don't like that.
Right.
We know what we're looking at, but now Freddie just brought it to our attention. See, first of all, I thought it was in Vegas, and I was already skeptical. But now they said it's California, and Freddie says, "Wait a minute, that's where I got robbed." I didn't even realize that. So he says California's worse. So now they basically in Andy's backyard.
4 times and lose your belt. 4 times I put Rellis on his ass, and I still lost my championship.
That was a 12-round fight. And you dropped him 4 times. Those are 4 10-8 rounds. 4 of them.
I remember that fight. I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on with that scoring in that fight myself.
Am I right, Freddie? Those are 4 10-8 rounds, right?
4 times, yep.
So
4 times.
So did he win the rounds that you didn't knock him on his ass? They saying you lost all those other rounds?
No, I won the first 3 rounds. All 3 rounds, I won the first 3 rounds. And I got 2 more knockdowns in round 10. No, 1 in round 10 and 1 in round 11.
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't no. That means there's 2 more 10-8 rounds. So how'd he win?
How the fuck?
And then when I protested, the commission didn't. They said no. They upheld the decision, and didn't change it because they wanted me out of there. They didn't want me as champion, so they just stole it.
You know what? Could this be one of those situations where all Andy got to do is get to 12?
If he do, he could probably get a win. But he can't just get to 12. He got to at least put up a fight.
I don't like those fucking odds, man. I don't like those odds. People, and who's determining those odds? People who know boxing. Has anybody seen any of these boxing big heads on ESPN pick a winner of this fight? Teddy Atlas, Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, anybody? Watch it, salute. Bro, see, I'm Sid UK, salute. See, look what Watcher says. They're going to cheat Ortiz today. This is probably why Ortiz said I'm going for the knockout.
He better.
Because those cards, you know what I'm curious to see? If Ortiz wins by knockout, and we know we've seen Ortiz winning this fight, and we look at the cards, and he was down 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, up until the knockout. I am concerned. I don't, man.
California is one of the crookedest commissions in the game. California.
Bro.
They sat back. I mean, after I knocked a guy down 4 times, and all knockdowns were counted. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, "Oh no! we're not going to change the decision, and kept Rellis as champion. And Rellis running around talking about he won the fight. You know damn well he went.
He ain't running back with you either.
They crooked. Oh no, they wouldn't even force a return match. And I'm the champ of the world, and the IBF wouldn't force a return match when they should have been the ones that done it. The IBF should have said, "Look, that can't be upheld. We got to give a rematch." They never did it because why? They got paid off too. So everybody got a piece of that money except me.
Michael Johnson, salute, bro. Where you been at? Salute to my brother, Mr. Mechanical, in Super Chat. He said, "Who was scoring? Who was scoring? Stevie Wonder? Hell yeah!"
Stevie and his cousin.
Hopping to LD, salute. Moyo Sauce, what up, man? Man, Washer, I hope we wrong about that, man. J. Wayne Citizen, salute. I don't. Let me find out Ortiz need a knockout to win. There's no way. There's no way. Look, man. Look, I don't get it. First time fighting the Southpaw. You picking that
right there is crazy. I wouldn't have done that. You know, all of a sudden out of the blue, you fighting your first Southpaw and it's for a championship. No.
Yo, what sanctioning body is this fight under? Is it the WBA or the IBF? Does anybody know? I don't know. Where's L-Dub when I need him? Is this an IBA event, IBF, or is it a NY Weather salute? Is this the WBO? No, I'm sorry, it's not WBO. What am I talking about? That's Top Rank's bullshit. It's WBC. Okay, 88 says WBA. Isaiah Felix says WBC. Washington says WBC. I don't know.
See, either one of them joints.
Fresh, what are you talking about?
Out of both the BA and the BC is the worst. You talking about crooked, the BC is the worst. So
Fresh, I see you, brother. And sometimes the chat be moving so fast. You said something earlier, I missed it. I don't know what happened, bro. WBA? D-Dog said, can somebody find out? I don't know. Because that also plays a factor. If it's a WBA, forget about it. PJ's Big Dog says WBC.
Well, the BC is crooked as hell, so you haven't seen them do a lot of dirt over the years.
Yeah, I don't know. Stormy, do you know what this is? What sanctioning bodies this fight's under?
I do not. I had heard a couple of different ones, so I don't know. I don't know which one officially.
Mr. Mechanical says it's a WBC eliminator.
Ooh. Who's gonna lay?
Okay,
who's gonna be the next opponent?
Chawa, salute. Who's on the other side? Okay, it's an eliminator. So is this?
I heard watchers say earlier that it's a possibility that Ruiz, if he wins, he gets Charles Martin.
And Charles Martin just won tonight.
Okay, well, yeah, it makes sense that if Ruiz wins, he gets Martin because Ortiz just beat Martin.
Right. So if Ortiz wins, who does he get?
Someone else, possibly.
Gotta be a title fight.
Oh, look what Jay Wayne said. He said Andy's up 5 rounds already. Oh my God, man.
Damn, the fight's on?
No, I'm saying it's gonna start later on. I think the actual event starts like at 8 or 9. Flyboy Play, salute, brother. He says Wilder, Helenius, and Ruiz Ortiz are both in eliminators. But see, the thing is, Wilder's going to he's going to WBA route. He ain't fucking with the WBC. I know that for a fact. Tay Jones was just in here. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder, and if Ortiz wins, Wilder's not fighting him again. They're going to WBA route. You know what I'm saying? And I heard Usyk talking something about Wilder. Man, listen. Yeah, Tay. Yeah, this is a WBC eliminator. But if Ortiz wins, you know, he ain't fighting in the WBC anymore. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. I mean, fuck them forever. You know what I'm saying? For him to pick up that belt again, you know, he'd have to beat Usyk. All this talking that Fury's doing, we don't know if he'll be allowed. You know, I ain't gonna go there, man. I ain't gonna. That's a whole nother show. Bastard son. Signs of the time. Salute. But yeah, man. I don't like these odds, man. This is like making me sick right now. Cause I was gonna put a bill on it.
Look on the bright side here, Drew. Mm-hmm. The fact that King Kong has been avoided and ducked and put on the shelf and everything by everyone who could have a chance to do this. He still has the chance to settle everything with his fists in the ring.
Yeah.
And he's good enough to do it and get the job done. That's what I want everybody to understand here. This is Andy Ruiz barely got by Areola. Barely got by Areola. And Areola was what, 40 years old already, right?
Yeah.
When they fought.
Yeah.
And that was one of Areola's best outings late in his career against the so-called rejuvenated, retrained by Reynoso Andy Ruiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about King Kong, who, aside from dealing with the normal setback, which is possibly his natural age,
mm-hmm.
he's coming off of 2 KO losses against Wilder, which he can possibly still be, you know, not the same guy, because you don't go in there getting hit by a guy like Deontay Wilder coming back normal. So all of that being said, the man is still a skilled fighter, possibly one of the best, if not the best skilled heavyweight at the top of the class of heavyweights, which is why everyone has avoided him.
That's right.
So what has Andy done in recent memory that make you think that King Kong is in trouble?
The judges.
No.
But I think
when you look at when he fought AJ in the biggest fight of his career, because that was the biggest fight of his career, not the first fight, but the rematch against AJ. That was the biggest fight of his career. And what did he do? He came out heavier than he did the first time.
Wait, how many pounds heavier?
About 1,000. he moved around the ring like a slug, a snail. You know what I'm saying? And going into this fight after a year layoff, he's still coming in at over 260 pounds, but he's worried about body shaming.
Yeah. Oh man, talk about that. Talk about that.
Yeah, I'm just coming off of talking about that just moments ago. But you're coming off of a fight where you've been off a year now, but you worry about body shaming, but you ain't lost no damn weight. Okay? Now, that makes me think that you're putting other things in your system to kind of help make that look more like pleasing to the eye.
Sip the juice, I got enough to go around, and the thought takes place uptown.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, you worry about body shaming, you need to be worried about body punches and facial punches and everything, because King Kong gonna put it on your ass.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
And that's the part. Again, unless King Kong's chin is just totally gone, they got word in the gym, man, he was getting rocked by sparring partners and everything, which could be. We don't know that, right? But just everything being on the level, Andy in trouble tonight because he in there against a guy who still got something to prove, who still aspires to be heavyweight champion of the world. Remember, we give, and I just had like my live just a moments ago, I give Andy, forgive me, their names. I give Ortiz the benefit of questioning when you talk about you could put him back in with the 90s guys.
Yes.
Because that's how good he is. You can't put Andy back there with those guys.
No.
And you can't put nobody else that's in the top 5 back in the 90s with those other guys. So the whole point of this is, if Andy don't get the help of the judges, if he can't make it to the final bell, if he don't tire out, if he don't, it's like, and remember, he worried about people thinking he fat, and if you so worried about that, get your ass in the gym, lose weight. Like I said on my broadcast a little while ago, I said he'd do well to lose another freaking 30 pounds.
That's right.
He was trying to tell people, I don't feel powerful if I lose more weight.
Oh,
that's an excuse
bullshit.
for another biscuit on the plate. Get out of here with that foolishness, man.
Oh, they don't care. Long fat boy show up and get in the ring. They gonna make their money.
Listen,
so that's all they care about.
Listen, there's a lot of fighters at heavyweight that didn't have the best physique in the world. Buster Mathis and his son Junior.
Tell me about
who else? Was it Tyrell Biggs? I'm thinking about, or what's the other fella name?
Tyrell didn't look too bad. He wasn't always. He didn't
what's
look
the-
great,
what's-
but he wasn't too bad.
What's the other brother? Can't think his name. I'm having a brain fart right now.
Really, I can't
But
believe-
Larry Holmes had a fucking dad body in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not. Listen, your physique is a byproduct of what you eat and how you train.
Yep.
That's it. Because right now, Andy looks better now tonight than he did when he fought AJ the second time. And if he just stays in the gym and watches what he eats, that'll come together. But you know what? Can't no one shame you, motherfucker. You a millionaire.
And listen, remember, he left the Reynoso camp, right? He left them.
That's right.
Why do you think he left? Nobody's asking those questions.
No one's asking.
Nobody is asking those questions. But I want to ask both you and Freddie, why do y'all think he left? I'm gonna tell you why I think he left, but I want to hear it from you two brothers and see if great minds are really thinking alike.
Well, I could tell you. That's right, B-Dog Butterbean. Horrible. But he was knocking people out on his level. Here's Tony Tubbs. That's what I'm thinking about. Tony Tubbs.
Yeah,
Tony Tubbs. But he was a quality guy. He was.
He could fight.
He was quality. But he was never worried about his bra size. Who cared? But here's why I think this man left Team Reynoso.
Sip the juice, I got enough to go around, and the thought takes place uptown.
The same reason why everybody else left Team Reynoso. They were on that special mixture that, Manny Pacquiao used to get. And then mysteriously when OSDT was introduced, the knockout stopped. Magically. You understand? You understand me?
You understand me?
You understands me? So Andy is concerned that whatever special blend he was getting, remember when that weight dropped off him at first, and we was like, hold on, what the fuck? He look like a CrossFit trainer now. And it still didn't help him against Chris Ariola. You know why? Because all of that is fraudulent. All of that is fraudulent. That's why I'm saying I've seen bodybuilders get beat the fuck up by a chubby dude. This is no bullshit. A chubby dude that just mopped the floor at a gym, got in the ring and beat up a bodybuilder. Twice his age. It don't make sense. Okay? He left Team Reynoso, and now he's feeling that his power is suffering. Andy has natural ability. The kid, he's been fighting legitimately, as you could say, at this point, he's been fighting all his life. So the things that he does is second nature. He does have a boxing IQ. He does. All right? But does he have the tools to compete against King Kong Ortiz? I guess we're going to find out. But that's why he left Team Reynoso. That's exactly why he left. And what he has to do to stay in shape now is minus what was being provided like that bad steak that Canelo popped for, it's minus what they had going around in that gym. Look at Ryan Garcia's physique. He started to look like a fucking CrossFit trainer himself. All right? Valpeds, popping dirty, still allowed to fight. Canelo, okay, suspended. And it was going down to Andy. He said, let me abandon the ship. I just got this millions. I don't want to blow it now. I don't want to blow it. So where there's smoke, there's fire. He was never caught, but where there's smoke, there's fire. We have more than enough evidence to believe what the fuck was going on over there. And family, I like Andy Ruiz. I'm glad he got away from that shit. And I know I heard some people saying, oh, well, he agreed with Canelo for saying he's not going to fight Mexican fighters. Go watch the interview. There's a reason why he said it, though. He said, oh, well, you know, he's the face of boxing and, you know, he can do what he wants, say what he wants. That's where he was coming from. He didn't get too deep into the, oh, well, I agree with him because he's Mexican and we don't want to fight each other. He didn't go there. He just said, well, he's the face of boxing. He can do what he wants. I'm not going to put that on Andy. Canelo's Canelo, Andy's Andy. I like Andy's story. You know, I like these fighters until they start fucking up. I like them until they start fucking up. All right? But that's why, Stormy, to answer your question, that's why he left Team Reynoso, because he was on some bullshit.
Well, I'm going to say this. Even when you got guys who want to use the juice and have advantages with that, you still got to put some work in.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Andy has that type of commitment. And to me, coming in there at over 260 pounds, you're not convincing me of nothing except for, like you said a moment ago, where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, you can guarantee for him, where there's rice, there's some beans. You understand? That's the real deal. Huh? And plenty of them mugs too. Because it shows when a man is standing up there on the dais and he's got to suck his gut in and hold his arms up like this and he's sucking the gut in for that side view. If you was really in shape, you wouldn't have to do all that. You understand?
Yeah.
King Kong ain't worried about nothing. King Kong can go up there and be like, boom, take my picture and let's get in the ring so I can knock this chump out. But Andy is worried about the wrong things.
Yeah.
This is why when we talk about boxing, and we got Freddie right there. Thank God we got Freddie back. You tell you, 80 to 90+% mental is what the sport is. It ain't about you being physical. And Andy, you could be soft as the day is long in the midsection. But if you ain't okay up here, partner, where the brain is, you still fighting at a disadvantage. And because you worried about how you look and all of that, you at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
King Kong is coming in there with a different type of mindset. Think about those things. And again, we can't say it enough. Yeah, they're having the fight where Andy can have some advantages. They didn't fight a year ago when they were supposed to because maybe King Kong just wasn't old enough yet. But how about this? King Kong had a rough outing against Charles Martin, but let's look at the advantages that Charles Martin had. Charles Martin was a bigger man at 6'5" and 250 plus pounds. And Charles Martin was also, guess what? Southpaw.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Jake Grant. He said still looking like a busted can of biscuits. That's fucked up.
Just change the label. That's all. Just the label.
Oh man.
It's the same biscuits, different label. Huh?
Oh man, the Diesel salute. Yo, Stormy, you are spot on everything, as usual. And Mr. Shelton, salute. Look, man, I like Andy, but we telling the truth, right? Andy would be doing better by going on his social media and showing his people, I'm saying his people, I'm talking about his supporters, his fan base. This is what I'm eating now. All right? I'm about to go for my run today. I'm still hungry, but I'm hungry for a championship. I had it, I lost it, I want it back. And then once he focuses on training and what his intake is, listening to whoever's in his corner, once he does that, people will take him serious. I'm seeing people in the chat saying that Wilder's in the building, man. Salute to the champ. He's in the he's in the at the event. You know,
now
Andy,
check this out, Drew. Add this to the plate, and Freddie's right there and can back me up on this. In Andy's last 3 fights, what is his record?
He's 2 wins, 1 loss.
Right. And in that span of time, how many trainers?
Ooh. Oh shit, that's a problem. I didn't even think of that. How's he gonna win tonight, man?
They're banking on everything external, outside of the points that I'm making. That's why King Kong got to come in here and take care of his business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He's trying to bank on luck. Think he can get in there and surprise the guy and catch him off guard. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Can't do that with King Kong.
It's the wrong man trying to
It's the wrong man to do it to.
It's the wrong man. Because King Kong, listen, if he wasn't going to, show anything against Wilder, who's the most fearsome puncher in the division and everything, and he was out there up in both fights, hey, what has he got to worry about Andy? And that's not to look at him like diminished, but I'm saying that, dude, Andy got fast hands. Yeah, we know this. He can box a little bit. Yeah, we know this. But a guy that ain't taking care of himself physically the right way in the sport of boxing at the heavyweight division should not be having the success that he's had unless the rest of the guys ain't that fucking good.
Now, why don't we go through Andy's box rec? I'm gonna go because I like this kid's story, but I'm not gonna have that smoke screen. What's real. I'm gonna go to his box rec. Come on, man. What the fuck is going on? What the hell? Oh, they're hating on me. They won't let me open up his box rec. Can you believe that? Oh, that's just ridiculous.
Whose box rec you trying to open? Andy's?
Andy Ruiz.
Okay, let me see if I can open it up.
That's crazy.
I just had box rec open a little while ago. Let me see if I can put it up there.
Man, get the fuck out of here. These guys get on my nerves. Well, anyway, let me see if I do it off the top of my head. If you can open it up. In the meantime, Sure Will in the building. My brother Dr. Mark in the building. Was hanging tough the other day. Okay, let's go up down the list of opponents that we know.
Okay, I got Andy's box rec open.
Okay, go back to prior to Joseph Parker. What has he done? Syriat, salute.
Going backwards, we got Franklin Lawrence.
Who's that?
In 2016. Josh Gormley, 2016. Ray Austin, 2016. Rafael Zambano. You have to go all the way back even further to 2014 for Sergey Lakoyevich.
I know him.
But Kenny Lemos, Manuel Quezada. No real names.
No real names. Sergey Lahovich, I don't know if that was before or after the Deontay Wilder. That's the guy that all right, Sergey Lahovich was knocked out by Shannon Briggs. Deontay punched him. That's the guy that was on the floor looking like he had a seizure. That was Sergey Lahovich.
Yeah.
You said Ray Austin,
Sergey,
Big Ray Austin.
That was Sergey, the one that had the seizure, Sergey Sijovich.
Sergey,
Anyway, okay. What's the point you're making here with who he's?
Big Ray Austin. That was a big guy. Ray Austin's a big guy,
right?
But he wasn't super talented,
right?
He ran up against Joseph Parker, and people say he got robbed, but Joseph Parker hung in there with him because Joseph Parker's by today's standards, he's a top tier guy, and that's cool. But he lost that fight. Some people say he was robbed, but he lost the fight. After that, after the Parker fight, he had who?
After the Parker fight, he had Devin Vargas, Kevin Johnson.
I know him.
Alexander Dmitrenko.
Right.
And those were before Anthony Joshua.
Okay, so then he gets AJ. He was in shape already because he only had 3 weeks to a month to get ready for that. But he was just coming off of a fight.
Yeah, he was coming off that Dmitrenko fight, the big Russian guy. Yeah,
right. So he had a little buzz going in because Evander Holyfield said, "Man, this kid knows how to fight big guys."
Yep.
So that was the buzz he had going in, and he shocked the world. Fine. I'll give him that. Bullshit aside, because me and Stormy actually did a whole live stream about what happened with AJ, but whatever. What concerns me is him coming in 300 pounds in a rematch, and he let AJ beat him with a fucking jab. And AJ was there to be taken. Every time Andy closed the distance, AJ either clinched or got the hell out of Dodge. He fought scared the whole fight, but it was enough to win the fight. And this is what we're talking about, family. He can't do. Ortiz is not, and Southpaw too. Ortiz is not the guy to do this with. So I don't understand these odds.
And Ortiz will not be looking to clinch. I assure you. He knows how to fight from the outside, from mid-range, and on the inside. King Kong knows how. That's where he heard Deontay on the inside.
He did. You know what I said, Stormy, right before you came on? I said, Ortiz is so avoided that if there was no Deontay, he'd be Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Yep.
At heavyweight.
Yep.
Nobody wants to.
Let me paint a real ugly picture for everybody out there. Tyson Fury had a real tough time against Otto Wallen, who happened to be what? A southpaw. Fury is talking all this crap about what he'll do to Alexander Usyk. And Usyk is what? Southpaw. And one of the best. Do you think that Alexander Usyk is better than Otto Wallen? I do. He's a much more accomplished fighter in his entire career. But now let me really lay some heavy leather on you. King Kong is better than all three of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope y'all understand, and I will always stick by this. Eddie Hearn signed King Kong to shelve him. He was not letting him anywhere near no fucking Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua fights King Kong Ortiz back in 2017, there wouldn't have been no AJ. That shit would have got stopped a long time ago. That shit would have been over. Ortiz
King Kong was rated in the top 5 when Vladimir Klitschko was the champion. And it was before Klitschko fought Tyson Fury. So King Kong been around a minute and avoided even longer.
Let me point this out. I'm glad you said that. Vladimir Klitschko fought Bryant Jennings. Bryant Jennings gave him hell. Klitschko barely won that fight, man, but Bryant Jennings was in his chest, lateral movement. He couldn't catch Bryant clean. He got in there, and I know we don't do triangle theories, but just try and follow me on this. He got in there with King Kong, and this all 6'5", 250 pounds of him was bouncing around that ring, pumping a jab, and whenever Bryant closed the distance and he touched him, he hurt him bad. Now, again, we had Bryant on the show. Bullshit aside, because Bryant has some accusations for him. But bullshit aside, performance enhancement drugs, they increase your performance, but they don't make you any smarter. They don't increase your brain power. If you have, either you have an IQ or you don't. And steroids don't help your chin. You understand? What I'm saying is King Kong, his skill, steroids didn't help, or a PED didn't help him land the punches that he landed on Bryant and respect to Bryant. You understand what I'm saying, family?
Yep.
The skill is there. You know what I'm saying?
Bryant's nickname is Bye-Bye. Bryant Bye-Bye Jennings, right?
Yeah. And
he bye-bye with a TKO in the 7th round.
Yeah, he fucked him up.
King Kong.
I could be juiced to the gills right now, but can I go hit a Major League Baseball right now, thrown by a Major League player? No. Y'all ever tried to hit a ball thrown by a professional? Did I tell y'all the story what happened? I was at a picnic and some dude said, "Yeah, I'm in the minors. I'll take it easy." I said, "Fuck that. Nah, throw that heat. I'm good." He was in the minors. He said, "You sure?" It was a white guy. He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." Big mistake. He threw that fucking ball and dude caught it and I'm just now swinging it. I didn't even see the shit. I said, this is a lot different from on TV. He threw it again, pop, boom. I said, all right, let's slow it down, man. What the fuck? And he was in the minors. So can you imagine trying to hit 120 mile per hour Randy Johnson, big unit? No, it's not happening.
So you mean to tell us you was Drew Bye-Bye Titan out there whiffing at that ball?
It was K. He putting up K's because he threw a curveball, Stormy. The ball was coming this way, and the shit went like this. I was like, I ain't even swing. It's like this. He's doing tricks with the shit. I'm surprised he didn't throw the shit and snatch it back with a fucking string. I was like, man, fuck this. I had a newfound respect for baseball players at a fucking cookout. We just played a pickup game of baseball. He's like, nah, I'm gonna just throw a light. I said, what the fuck you throw a light? I'm a grown man. I'm a man. He said, nah, I pitch in the minors, so I'm not. I said, bro, throw that shit. He said, all right. All I heard was pop. I was like, woof. I was like, you threw that shit? I didn't even see it. Twice. And then he threw a fucking curveball. I watched the shit go to the fucking left. I said, man, all right, you got it. I ain't fucking around.
Yeah, I've been playing baseball since I was 12 years old.
Man,
I was pretty good.
I suck on a. I could not go in there and play all the steroids in the world. Couldn't permit anyone to compete in a sport that they're not used to. That's my point. Mm-hmm. And what King Kong Ortiz did, the punches, and I hear Bryant, and I'm not saying he's lying. Because, of course, King Kong popped dirty in the past, and leading up to the Wilder rematch, he forgot to put down the blood pressure medication, and blood pressure medication could be used as a masking agent. I get that. But what I'm saying is he had to have some sort of skill to land like how he did on Bryant. That's my point. He had to have some sort of skill. You understand? So, look, man, King Kong, in my opinion, is fighting in the wrong era. I see him and I'm like, man, he should be fighting Evander Holyfields and Riddick Bowe of the world. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd have gave Mike Tyson a problem. They'd have kept Mike away from him. He's one of those guys that have kept him. I would love to have seen Ortiz versus Lennox Lewis, man. He's fighting in the wrong era. That's his only crime in life. He should have been born a little earlier. I know y'all think he's 1,000 years old now. He should have been fighting in the 90s, man. Because this is bullshit.
I just said on my live stream, I said that I would have loved to see him against Lennox because he would have been the great opponent of Lennox.
Yeah.
You know, with what he brought and being a southpaw too, that would have been a hell of a matchup. What you think about that, Freddie? Lennox Lewis against King Kong Ortiz.
I see y'all guys setting up Lennox to get beat by somebody. Why y'all
No,
No, it's not that, man.
No, not at all. I'm just saying that he is such a skilled fighter that he's on par with that.
Lewis knocked out.
No, he's on par with that. I wasn't saying that to defeat him. I'm saying that he's the type of fighter that would have given Lewis quite a challenge. That I'm not even stating that he would win.
You see about what's the guy name? The guy's got his name. The guy that knocked Lance out. He really wasn't much. Yeah, he really wasn't much, but he knocked Lance the fuck out. But you know the thing is, you don't come in prepared. That's what you end up getting. And he wasn't prepared for the guy. And in the second fight, Lennox Lewis got dropped and KO'd by a guy that shouldn't have came near.
Yeah, he was prepared for McCall, but McCall has some superior coaching in his corner, and that was a strategic punch that he hit Lennox with.
I'm not imagine the boy that y'all talking about going in with Lennox. That joker wouldn't have been, that'd have been a tough fight.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, in the chat there, Hen Dog says he would have loved to see Mercer versus King Kong. Listen, man, tell Ray Mercer, who had those nasty comments to make about Deontay Wilder most recently, that to get him shaking in his own boots, all we got to do is take him back and mention two names: Jesse Ferguson and Larry Holmes. Huh? Now tell Ray Mercer to go sit down.
Have a seat. Have a seat,
man.
Jesse
Ferguson was, hey, man, I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
You want to go down, so I can get this fight against Riddick Bowe.
Larry was one of the best fighters, one of the best heavyweights out there in my estimation. But it's like the way he went out was like a sucker, because he was one of the best that ever did this shit, Larry. And then he kind of made his name came down a little bit in my estimation because of how he acted towards the end, whining and crying about this, about that, and I just say, for me, I lost it with him. I was done. But he had accomplished some real big deals in boxing, especially in the heavyweight division. I mean, the boy was bad, but he went out like a sucker.
The problem that I have with these comments with some of these fighters, we have to be very careful. We always respect what they do, but as they get older, I don't know if they're grumpy or what it is, but some of these guys, an extreme amount of, I could call it hatred, but I think they're speaking due to lack of education is more better. They lack education on what's going on today. For what Ray had said about Deontay was completely unacceptable and uncalled for. All right, for you to say you need to learn how to box. The brother literally came off of a beer truck, went into the Olympics and was the only fighter to even get a medal, which means all of the people that came out the womb boxing that made the U.S. Olympic team didn't even get one. But Deontay got one.
But Drew, why do you think I mentioned Jesse Ferguson and Larry Holmes? Because he had a big deal on the table. All he had to do was defeat journeyman Jesse Ferguson. But guess what? Ray couldn't box either. And guess what? To further drive home the point was when he decided to defend the WBO title that he won off of Tommy Morrison, who he just happened to outlast.
That's what it was.
Morrison blew himself out. PEDs don't guarantee that you go all the way to the championship rounds, and that proved. But anyway, he gets in there with Larry Holmes, who takes him to school, and then looks in one of the rounds, during one of the rounds, looks into the camera and say, "I'm not Tommy Morrison," and hit Ray upside the head and beat the crap out of him, and won a unanimous decision. And Ray went somewhere back in New Jersey or something under the gym or whatever, and he stayed there till he learned how to throw a jab. Because that's what Larry beat the hell out of him with all night long. And he was trying to figure it out. He tried to figure it out. And guess what? He came out of that loss having learned something about boxing. And he came out and he was a better fighter as a result of it. So take your ass whoopings like a man and lady, people out there, because that's what life got in store for you. You don't lose because someone hates you and wants to see you down. You lose because you have to learn to overcome and come back and regalvanize and get your shit together. Huh? So for Ray to say what he said, I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because he had to go through a stage, right? He did. And with the success that D has had in his career, he really shouldn't say nothing about that man at all.
Yeah.
He got some nerve. He got some nerve, man. You know, and again, valiant effort against Evander Holyfield. He thought he got robbed. Valiant effort against Lennox Lewis right here in Madison Square Garden. He lost.
He took an unforced knee against my favorite fighter, Evander Holyfield. Mm-hmm. Somebody need to ask him why that. Why'd you take a knee, Ray? Was it getting hot in the kitchen? Huh? You didn't have no glove mitts on? Huh? When you was trying to get the biscuits out the oven? You took a knee. You thought just because Evander Holyfield was cut, huh? And he was bleeding pretty bad. Oh, I got him now. Evander raised
turned up on his ass.
Turned up. That's the worst thing. That shows that you didn't have boxing ring IQ. Because if you went in there and tried to box Evander, you could have had a better chance. But you went in there trying to show you were strong. And you think he's a smaller man and cruiserweight moved up and all of that. You brought the dog out. You took the leash off the pit bull, dummy. Huh?
Now peep this. Tom Etheridge. Bo ducked Lewis to fight Ray Mercer in the mega fight. But he lost to Ferguson and fumbled the bag. And that's when that shit made the news. He was trying to tell Jesse, lay down.
Yeah.
You can run and get that payday.
That's why I say he got 5 on it. He was whispering in Jesse Ferguson's ear. And Jesse Ferguson was like, nah, homie, fat.
Nope.
Hit him right upside that flat top. And he was trying to get him in there to mix it up. And Ray was doing more hugging and grappling against Ferguson, who you could easily outbox.
Yeah.
And Riddick Bowe took the guy out in what, 1 round or something? Jesse Ferguson. And you want to get in there with Riddick Bowe. Let me tell you something about Ray. See, Ray, you should have kept your mouth closed, bro. Seriously. Because we could give you par gras and break after break. But when you start talking like that about a real
slowly, time out.
man.
Time out. I'm going to let you cook. Wait a minute. What does Anthony Joshua and Ray Mercer have in common?
They both have gotten their asses whooped.
By cruiserweights.
Well, that's a mic drop. That's it right there. That's it right there. But you cannot go out there and put down men who have accomplished some things. Okay, they have the merits to back up everything we're talking about, and you're trying to besmirchify what they've done. It doesn't work that way, man. You understand? When I talk about these guys needing to raise the level of what they're doing, it's because everything is mired in mediocrity right now. If you want to be the best, you have to step up and put separation between yourself and your contemporaries. Not avoid your contemporaries, huh? Not talk about your contemporaries.
They allow you to do it nowadays.
Yeah.
They allow you to get the not have to fight somebody to prove where you belong in the game. They allow you to step up and claim you this, that, and the other, and they'll back you up. Because why? Because they thinking about what they want to make money-wise and how popular you are with the fans. They don't give a crap about the quality of fighter you are. That's gone.
Well, the quality is definitely gone. So, hey, and that doesn't mean every man, but you can definitely see where the quality is and isn't. And I'll tell you something else. Where the quality happens to be,
allow you to get away with it.
Where the quality happens to be is not where those who aren't interested in challenging themselves to be better are trying to go. They ain't trying to do that. They trying to swim in that small, shallow pond. They scared to step.
And the reason why they're allowed to do it is the fans. The fans accept that BS, and they sit back and back these clowns that these idiots put in position and claim they're the best of the best, and they're not even close. But the fans will back it up, and as long as the fans are backing it up by paying to go see this BS, boxing is gonna get worse and worse. I mean, boxing is so from just the time when I was fighting, boxing is so thinned out. It's a shame. It's laughable almost. You know what I'm saying? How far boxing has fell since I've been fighting. It's ridiculous the kind of people they accept as the best of the best, and these guys don't know the first thing about the actual sport. But they talk about how great they are. Oh, he's a great fighter. He's a great champion. This guy ain't got no business even having a belt around his waist, but you want to give it to him. And then you sit up and prop this guy up and see how good he is when he hasn't important anything. Important anybody.
You see,
you know what I'm saying? In the long run, it's the fans that make these guys respect our sport. And the fans don't respect themselves, so how somebody else gonna respect?
And you see, Freddie, I agree totally, because everything you said about the fans is exactly why the goddamn betting odds look like they do tonight. Now, unless there's something going on that we don't know about, Ortiz having an injury, or our brother Cano Loco was just in the chat. He said Ortiz looked great. You know, he had a shredded for his standards, a 245. That may be his lightest he's ever been. So he's coming in there. He means fucking business.
Listen, I watched him training in one of the PBC shows that they were showing him this week, man. Caught it earlier this morning. The man was in the gym. He sat along the ring apron to give an interview. And I looked at how he was perspiring. He was perspiring from really work. You can always tell when somebody is putting in some work.
Yeah.
And when somebody is just kind of going through the paces. That man had water running off of his body like he had just got out the shower. Okay. He had been working, man. And the thing is like, that ain't new for him. That's how he does it.
Second nature.
He does it that way. And I believe he does have like high blood pressure and everything, because if you look at what he's gone through in his life and what he's had to, that's the kind of people it affects. You could be in great health and everything, and Drew is a testament to that. You know, having suffered from this illness, it's like when we have something going on, we can still press on and be strong or whatever, and that's not even a show of weakness. It's just the reality that we're human beings.
That's a true story, man. Little Watcher says Ruiz, Andy came in at 268 and a half. And he's he's a shorter guy.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He came in over 260 pounds talking about he's in good shape. No, you're round. Huh? Fat boy. Huh?
So what the fuck am I thought he looked okay in his picture. He's sucking in his stomach?
Of course he's sucking in the stomach, but he also has used something to help give him some definition, because that didn't come from work. That came from assistance. You know, Drew, you and I, we talk about the Marvel movies and the guys that play the heroes and stuff like that. They can give you stuff that can shape your body in weeks.
Yeah.
Look at Michael B. Jordan. He was playing in the Creed films and everything. But if you see Michael B. Jordan when he's not acting in films, his body don't look nothing like that.
Rebounds right back to normalcy. Yeah. Ortiz,
that's why I say he's focused on the wrong shit. I'm saying, Ruiz.
He should be walking around at 230. to go around 230, man. I don't know.
He should be fighting at 230. And I said in my stream earlier, I would allow him to have his walk around weight be about 246 or so. Meaning that if you fight, I want you fighting at 230, and I will afford you to gain 16 pounds or whatever when you're not fighting. But no more than that. If you go more than that, you'll be fined by the camp. Okay? Because you have to show some damn discipline. That's what's missing. Because if you're gonna have teaching, you also have to have the disciplined nature to follow instruction.
But you know what allows a man to gain a whole bunch of weight, you know what I'm saying, when he's not training particularly for a fight. And that's because he's not in the gym. If you stay in the gym training every day, even every other day, just stay in the gym and work out, jog every now and then, you're not gonna put on a bunch of weight. You're gonna stay a little trim. You're gonna put a little bit of weight on, but you're never gonna get overweight. Me, I stay on the road all the time. So when it was time for me to get ready for a fight, we had to worry about nothing. I was already running.
Yo, you know what? You see what Gordis just said? She said Ruiz had lipo and abs edging. I thought that. I really did. His front body is built different. Now he has love handles, right? He has love handles, but he doesn't have a protruding stomach, and I always found that strange. And even when he gained weight, he didn't get a protruding stomach. Mm-hmm. He might have had liposuction and had the stomach pulled down, the stomach skin pulled down, but that's bullshit. I don't even want to talk about that. But she might be right. She might be right. But I like what Dwayne Jones said. He said that 6 foot dude should really be about 210. I'm 6'2", 220, 225, 230 on the holidays. You know what I mean?
Now get this, Drew, and Freddie and chat. I just went back to the box rec to double check. Mm-hmm. Now he fought Chris Areola in May of 2021, well over a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Guess what he weighed against Chris Areola? 256.
So how is he 268 looking like that?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See?
Yo.
We don't like
he didn't gain muscle. All right, I like this. I like this right here. The original XS says, I know a lot of fit dudes at 265 are one of them. My question, my brother, is I need to know your height and are you a boxer? Because I do know guys that are 6'5". I was just with my boy today. He's 6'6", 310. But he's a power lifter and he got a 6-pack. But I watched him spar. He was blowing wind 30 seconds into the first round. It was disgusting. So it is true. There's fit dudes that are in. I seen fit dudes at 300 pounds. But is that fighting shape? Is that boxing shape? There's a difference. And as it pertains to Ruiz, he was lighter versus Areola. And now he looked like he was more in shape, but he's heavier. So I'm not trying to like throw something at Andy. I'm just trying to figure it out. So yeah, bro, you could be 265 in his shape. I'm not saying that. I'm saying as it pertains to Andy. He couldn't be he's 268. But I bet you the original XS, I bet you he don't look like you. I'm
throwing something at Andy. It's called a book of facts. Huh? You don't fool me with this BS, man. And I already pointed out several key points. Huh? Several trainers over the past 3 fights. Huh? The fluctuation in weight. That's a lack of discipline on both ends because you can't stick with a trainer because you ain't listening to nobody.
That's the problem.
Who you crapping out here, man?
Brother said he
the one thing
5'10".
that I don't like, and I talk about this, because I've said this in the gym so many times to people, but I'm gonna say it here on the air so other people can hear it and get the lesson from it. If you don't get the lesson, too bad for you. But why you gonna go try to put on another sucker's shoes, huh? And walk in his bull crap? It ain't yours. It ain't your burden to carry. You understand? Because whatever is for me is for me. And I can take that and I'll wear it like a well-tailored suit. But if it do not apply, it ain't gonna hear me cry. Do you understand? It don't work that way. You guys that be out here in your feelings, man, that's what's wrong. Ultra-sensitive society now. And Freddie knows, he's experienced and knows when I'm saying this, it's the fact. You can't be out here all in your feelings about shit. Huh? Because in order to maintain, a man has to operate with a level of intelligence. Not emotions and feelings like a woman. Huh? What's wrong with you? If it do not apply, why cry? You got me messed up on that one, man.
If I was been that way and listen to what everybody said, I'd have quit a long time ago.
Yeah. Now, Original X says, the brother said he 5'10". I bet you your physique is totally different from Andy's. 5'10", 265. You're probably bouncing 4 or 5 off the chest with ease. You're probably squatting the same, or if not more. But Andy, bodybuilder shape, and you know this, my brother. You know that a CrossFit trainer would be more competitive in a boxing ring their first time in the ring. But everyone fucks up in the ring the first time because what's the first thing they don't do, Stormy? They don't breathe when they punch. And am I right, Freddie?
Yep.
They're not breathing when they punching. In 20 seconds in the first round, their hands are down and they're breathing, their tongue hanging out their mouth. All right. But
and the other thing is anxiety overtakes them right away.
That's right.
Because
Anxiety.
when the bell rings and people move in the ring, and I ain't even talking about they got to move toward each other. They just move.
That's
all
right.
of a sudden, all of your anxiety and everything, that's what burns up your stamina because you don't know how to think in there. Because the pressure of facing a reality, the unknown. You understand? That's the whole thing. You have no confidence in yourself because you have nothing that you've built that upon, especially if you haven't been taught properly.
True story.
I got in the ring. I told this story once before. I got in the ring with one of the guys I was working with in the gym. Needed some sparring. I got in there with him. I hadn't sparred in ages. But I got in there and shake it out a little bit with him. So we went like 2 rounds. And I told him, I said, I'm done. He's like, you sure you don't want more? I said, no. So when I got out the ring and took my headgear off, took my mouthpiece out and everything, I said, man, I feel like I'm going to pass out. And he was like, oh, man, you look good in there to me. I was like, what was I supposed to do? Show you that I'm pass out, fall down or whatever, so you could jump on me and, kill me in there? I was like, no, fool. I know how to survive. I know how to take care of myself. I was like, you had no idea that I was running on fumes. Again, my mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm in there and I'm executing. He had no idea, no clue. But I said, that's a lesson for you as well as for me. It's like, I know I ain't getting back in there unless I get myself together more. But you have to understand that that's how you have to be for everyone you get in there with. Because he was the one that was boxing, not me. Right. I said, hey, you have to be able to take care of yourself. But it starts with your mindset.
That's right.
The more calm you are, the more that you can react and respond, the faster you can think and so forth and so on. If you allow all these other things to come into you, you won't be able to do anything. Why do you think a deer freezes in headlights?
They don't know what the fuck they're looking at.
Like and now you got them. They dead. They could fall out dead from heart attack.
You can literally scare a deer to death.
Yes,
literally,
absolutely.
Yep.
It's something about. But like I said, we got Freddie on here. If I'm lying, Freddie, tell the people am I lying or not?
Huh?
I'm saying, tell the people, am I lying or not? The things that the point I'm making and everything. Am I spot on?
I mean, I'm definitely on your side.
Yeah, this real talk. Tay Jones is calling the fights tonight. Now, let me say this. And there's a lot of people that call fights. You know, our brother KQKC calls the fights. Love it. I listened to Tay Jones call a couple of fights. What I appreciate about when Tay calls the fights is it's coming from a professional's perspective, because y'all know that he's a pro fighter. And there's things that he sees that some people don't see. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all on y'all smart devices, y'all can pull up KQKC, hit that like button, pull up Tay Jones, hit the like button. Listen to Tay call this fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to hear the mechanics broken down from true professionals. You understand what I'm saying? And it comes from an unbiased place.
Yeah, the most of these commentators they put on there ain't never been no fighters.
Hell no.
Now, Drew, I shouldn't even say this on the air, but I'm going to say it because it means progression. The real deal was going to be when two brothers, they ain't even got to be in the same city, but they could come on just like we on right here and call the fight together and be better than the commentators with a couple of guys, a color analyst and a professional former fighter doing the commentary. Dude, that's
Stormy,
it right there.
You know what I said, Stormy? And this really like bothers me. I always said, when we get to where we want to go, and one of the things I always wanted to hear would be you and Scrapbook and Kurt calling an entire event. Like, that'll be our answer to that god-awful HBO fucking Jim Lampley and Letterman and all that bullshit. You know, fucking Jim Lampley. Hard left hand by what fucking left hand, motherfucker? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Just suck.
Don't you remember Jim Lampley when he lost his crap when De La Hoya was fighting Sweet Pea and he threw that series of punches before the bell? He was like, a flurry by De La Hoya, and Larry Merchant said none of those punches landed. And then Lampley comes back and says, but they look great. I'm like, man,
they look great. Yeah, I was like, oh, come on, man. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought that fight went the wrong way anyway. They gave that
Of course it did.
De La Hoya, the fuck out of here. De La Hoya didn't win that fight.
Hell no.
oh,
Man, but that's what one thing I wanted to see, man. Salute to Kurt, man. But it's not like it can't happen in the future, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, man. Tay's calling the fight.
They banned me. When it came to De La Hoya, they banned me. They said that ain't never going to happen.
Freddie, you'd have fucking beat the shit out of him every round, right? And then they gave it to him. They just said, yo, he's only fighting you in L.A.
And I would have knocked him out in L.A.
And that's why you ain't get the fight.
And everybody told me that. Top Rank told me that. You'll never get that fight. I was like, what the fuck? You my promoters. How you ain't gonna make that fight? Because we need him. He's a big name, and he ain't. I said, what? That would make sense to put two big names in together. I'm well known. People want to see us fight. People screaming for the fight, but you won't make it.
Yo,
nah, he don't want to fight you.
Damn,
So I walked up to him at a press conference. I approached him.
You approached him?
Fight? I approached De La Hoya to him. Why you won't fight? He was like, what? I said, why you won't fight me? I said, everybody wants to see us fight. Why we don't make it happen? Oh, man, that's the promoters, man. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, that's bullshit. If you wanted to make the fight, you could have the fight made. He kept trying to blame the promoters. I was like, yeah, whatever, punk ass.
Stormy, you made me, man, I remember that. He said, none of those punches landed. He said, but they look great. I was like, come on, man. God damn it.
Get that, bro.
Look, if it ain't landing, it don't mean shit.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate HBO, man. I think I forgot what it got to the point where I'd be playing rap music while watching the goddamn thing because they had nothing for me. They were saying a bunch of bullshit. And this was long before social media, man. With his hard right hand screaming ass. Hard left hand by Pacquiao. It missed. God damn.
If they put me on commentating with them clowns, they would get rid of me fast because I would make them look like a fool.
Let me tell you.
They talk stupid.
I'm going to remind y'all, George Foreman's last broadcast.
Oh, my God.
Was the Ruiz versus Roy Jones fight. And at the 12th round, when Roy clearly was winning the fight, Jim Lampley said, well, I guess Roy knew what heavyweight to pick on. And George Foreman stepped in and said, don't do that. Y'all, these people done spent their money. Don't do that. That was George's last broadcast, man. Is that a coincidence?
Yeah, well, he know not to go against what they wanted. If you go against what they wanted, what happens? You get fired.
Man, that was some bullshit. And then that was the beginning, because then we started seeing a lot of Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko. They had a nice, cool little commercial with them. You remember the commercial, Stormy, where they were sitting over there playing like war games? Yep. And, they were selling us the dream. And, Vladimir had 2 bad losses on HBO Air. 2 bad ones. And they still supported him.
Ross Purity. And
I know one time
Bernie
they had
Sanders.
me commentate one of Simon Brown's fights. They brought me in like a guest commentator and shit.
Uh-huh.
They never brought me back. Because I was colorless.
Well, you
I
see,
was saying all the shit they didn't want you to say.
you're saying shit that they don't understand.
Mm.
You can see simple things in the ring, and the average eye will not, like I'm saying, you'll have 2 fighters, bell ring, it'll take them 90 seconds before they throw a punch. The crowd will start booing. But them in the ring, they're thinking, I know what this guy has. If I throw this jab, he's gonna go this way, and he's gonna try and do this. And this guy's thinking, if he throw the jab, I have to go this way, but he knows I'm gonna go this way. It's a chess match. And it's things that the average, there's still shit in the ring that I don't understand. I'm like, well, why the fuck you did that? And this is why I'm saying, y'all listen to Tay Jones tonight. And again, no shade to anybody. Big Unc KQKC's calling the fights, and KQKC does a hell of a job. Like I said, a lot of y'all motherfuckers are home. Y'all have windows, pull them up, smash the like button, give everybody their view. You know what I'm saying? But Tay is calling these fights, and I like hearing a different perspective from a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So give him a try.
I remember that one time on HBO 2 where George Foreman told Larry Merchant, Larry, you ain't never really took no punches, so I wouldn't say those things.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
George told us.
Oh man, Echelon Sports Bar, man. Y'all go subscribe, man. He has a pound for pound movie. They're trying to. Oh wow, yeah, bro, yeah. Y'all go check that brother's channel, man, please. I want everybody to shine, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dwayne, Corey Sanders flatline Vlad. I watched that night. I was on my way out the door. I was going out with a bitch that night. That night was crazy. That knockout made my night better because it was a chick. I didn't really want to go out, but you're young and you're just stupid. You just ain't doing shit to do it. And then I'm watching the fight, and again, a southpaw.
Man, let me tell you something. When Vladimir hit that canvas against Corey Sanders, he laid there like somebody shot him with a pistol, man.
That was
They
bad.
did.
And guess what? Stormy, guess what? You know what just went right over people's heads? He never ran it back. His brother had
he was an expert at not running it back against him, whooped him. It was his brother that tried to avenge his losses for him. But the losses that they took, man, they didn't believe in running it back. I guess that's the Ukraine thing, huh?
It's a Ukraine thing. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up, man. But We're gonna get out of here. I want everyone to go watch the event.
Yeah.
I'm picking Ortiz between 8 and 11 to stop Andy. If I see anything any different, Stormy, I'll be in your chat at the post fight. If we see anything crazy, I'm gonna be in your chat like, what the fuck? But y'all know, Stormy, you going live doing the post fight.
I got a post fight show. Yeah.
Yup. All right. So y'all know I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Let's go Ortiz. You know what I mean? Freddie, man. Pleasure having you back.
Same, always.
You know what I'm saying? We'll bring you back next Sunday. You know what I mean? Oh shit, they shadow banning you?
Hope I get to smack somebody.
Freddie versus the world, man. That's right, upper echelon, man. We on point. We got you. You know what I mean? So, man, salute to y'all. And everybody hit up Stormy. Stormy B-Man is the channel. Excellent post-fight. If we get some bullshit, it's going to be lit. You already know, man. So you already know what time it is. And y'all make sure, salute to everybody in November to Zelda catch up. And y'all make sure y'all support my brother right here, Focus Ball. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Freddie, I'll holler at you.
All right, bro.
Peace.
All right, Fred.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.